And let's start a game. We'll see how much I can do over coffee. Hey, this feels really unusual. All right. Move the windows out of the way. All right, I think we're going. Starting out. So I did a whole bunch of diagnostics on the system to see why I could not stream yesterday. I don't know why. It's connected to the network. It is connected via Ethernet. However, it's using the wrong network name, and it did not used to do that. Although it is possible I just didn't notice. So, who knows? We'll see. But so far, the performance looks pretty good. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to... I have not had any wins with her. Every time I play her, I just don't think it's a good choice. I am going to play the Hammerhead. Beasts, Demons, Dragons, Pirates, and Quillbore. Oh, let's see what the game wants us to play. I was going to try streaming with glasses on, but when I was going through all my checks, the glasses had way too much glare from the screen. It would have been very, very poor experience. My eyes would have been all buggy. No, thank you. I think we're going to be playing demons based on what they just gave us. All right. And we're off. First one's a loss. I was laying in bed because I have to take all this medication in steps. And you have to take one pill 45 minutes before you take anything else. So I used that time to wake up and play some Hearthstone. Was playing some ranked and ran into 2 Frost Shaman. I am going to be having nightmares of avalanche. Very annoying, that effect. I used to like it, but now I just... How is it that they always have the card? It seems that anytime I play a shaman, I'm just doomed to hear that. Okay. I'm just going to keep playing my demons. Then next turn, I'm going to aggressively start with a triple. Alright. Slow start for leveling. But getting a triple this early on is pretty good. Let's see if we can stay alive, because we've got Millhouse Mana Storm, the husband of Maleficent Mana Storm, my favorite hero. I don't think my eyes work this early in the morning. I'd like to wear glasses to let them wake up, but like I said, the glasses had way too much glare from the screen. And I have 3 screens set up here, so it would have been just impossible. Well, on a good note, I am seeing excellent performance by the network this morning. So that is very good news. Always good to see that little excellent button in the stream manager. Now, not sure what was going on yesterday, but whatever it was seems to have passed. And we're in good shape now today. Oh, and the chili, I started to talk about it when all the issues came on. I love to cook, and yesterday, since I had to go to the showgrounds, I put some chili in the like the little crock pot thing, and it simmered all day and was fabulous. Some of the tastiest chili I have ever made. So very proud of that chili. And the nice thing about it is I always like to freeze it so that I have other meals so that I don't have to prep. I always make extra now so that I can put things in the freezer and have them as food. All right, so we'll get my triple. Do that, see what we get. Nothing helpful, but we could use him. Let's see. Let's get a taunt. And let's spin. Oh my gosh, another triple. Okay, the game definitely wanted me to go to demons. But anyways, I always try to make food that's not too spicy, because good old LMTC is not too crazy about the spicy food. I, however, love the spicy food. I think it is the absolute best. I really enjoy. Oh, hey, the Warwick, welcome. This is my first coffee stream. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Hey there. Oh, wow. Mara, welcome. Yes, this is early morning Smurf. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks. Hope you had a good stream. I hope your creative decks are working out for you. All right. Well, have a good night. It's 6:30 a.m. for us here, so I'm just getting started. I had the day off, and I figured I'd try streaming in the morning. Well, I like watching your creative decks. I know it may not have as many wins, but they're definitely fun to watch. Let's see, discover a playing copy of a minion that you have exactly one of. Oh, that's not going to help me right now. All right, what to do? Wow, I am just getting so many triples in the lobby. That is incredible. Oh, Venom, thank you. Thank you so much for the subscription. All right, we'll get the Soul Juggler. Get that one. So thank you so much. What a great way to start the day. And as promised, I have coffee. Like, yes, coffee, very essential. Normally, by the time I start playing, I've had at least 2 cups. But I just started early. I give Heart Queen some credit for being able to get up first thing in the morning and stream over coffee. I don't think my tongue is connected to my brain yet completely. Oh, and I'll comment on my favorite coffee. I'm a big fan of Starbucks French Roast, extra bold, and I like using chili pepper honey in my coffee. It's a spicy seasoning. I really can't pass up just a free triple. Although I don't know where I'm going to use it. Natty! Oh, wow! This is awesome. Everybody's here. I'm trying some new times. Yes, I was trying to get some streams in the morning. I better play. Honestly, I don't need to triple this one. So yes, I'm going to try some new times to see if see what works better. This time is going to be a challenge just because I don't know about streaming before coffee. This is really early for me. It's 6:30 a.m. I think it'll be easier in the summertime to stream early, but it's still dark out here. The sun hasn't even come up yet, so that's kind of, it's a bit early. But we'll see. I'm going to play around with some new times. The late times, all my friends are already offline by the time I stream in the evenings. So I think if I start at this time, it'll be a little easier. Anything before 10, you mean 10 a.m.? Right now, it is 6:40 a.m. in the morning. Okay. I just saw what the word said about coffee. I honestly feel the same way about tea. I really do not like tea. As part of my the treatment that the doctors had me on, we were doing some nutraceuticals, and one of them is a tea, and I have to gulp it down. I mean, I really just, it's not my cup of tea. Bad jokes. Oh, I'm definitely an early morning person, but I like to take my time. Choose a friendly demon, remove it to gain its stats. I really don't want to remove any of my demons. Oh, no, I can understand that. I think everyone has a very strong opinion on tea versus coffee. I just I prefer the coffee. I could have used that. Gotta make sure I stay tuned to my game. Yes, there are a ton of different types of teas, and they do smell good. I did have a chance to go visit a green tea plantation, I guess it would be called, when I was in China. It was incredible. I still have some of the tea that I bought while I was there. And Venom, yeah, I know. I'm focusing too much on chat and not paying attention to my game. Oh wow. Yeah, seeing all the times that everybody has to wake up, that would be tough. That would be tough. So so you live 5 minutes away from your primary and 15 from high school? Well, that's not too bad then. Fun demon. Yes. All right, bye, Warwick. Have a good night. I'll probably see you tomorrow when you come on. Thanks. Thanks for the raid. All right. Let's see what we got here. Now we'll just play him to buff. All right. So yesterday was the first day, the Scottsdale show. Well, not the first day of the show. The first day I went out to practice for the show. Super excited to be back showing again. I kept getting all these memory reminders from my Facebook page of all the past shows that I had been in. But we looked, and the last time I showed was 2012. That's a long time ago. So 10 years since I have showed at this very big show. And definitely feeling good about it. The ride yesterday was really, really fun. Um, well, well, I win this round, but I hope I win at the show. I got to scope out the competition. Oh, let's see, do this. We got to get to the good minions. So yesterday, though, when I got out there, oh my gosh, it was so cold. It dropped 10 degrees in the drive from the west side of town to the east side of town. And I had to, completely bundle up, put on like scarves and everything. The wind was blowing so hard, which made it even colder. The wind chill is always the worst. Everyone up in the northern climates can understand. I mean, now granted, it was only 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and most people wouldn't think that was cold. But when it's been in the 80s, it's cold. It's cold. And when you're sitting on top of a horse and you don't have any wind breaks at all, it can be really, really uncomfortable. I'll have to take pictures of the past trophies. My stallion that I showed, he was reserve champion at this show and champion at the fall show. So we've got quite a few trophies. In fact, I think some of them are honestly right behind me on the bookshelf. I just realized that. So we've been very successful when I showed, but this is the first time doing this type of showing. So we'll see. All right, let's see what we get. All right, still alive. Still alive. Oh. Lose by 1 minion. That's okay. Let's see what happens to everybody else. Alright. Not really going to do anything with us. Didn't get anything for her. I thought it might be a good play. I could get one of him. No sense in playing the other one right now. All right. So I'm not going out to the show today. I'm just taking today off. I've got to do a bunch of work around the house. Got to haul hay for the horses that I have here. Having to take a bunch of small truck trips. So it's funny, I have two trucks. One for my trailer with the horses, which is really large, long bed. But it does not currently have tags, the license plate tags. It's not current. And I have not been able to renew it because of some emissions requirements. Not that it doesn't meet them, is that the requirements are not supposed to be required. So while I'm getting that fixed, I have to use my other truck. It's smaller, doesn't have as much space in the bed, and make multiple trips to haul hay. Fortunately, it's not very far. So I had to take a day to go do that. Maybe I'll make 2 trips so I don't have to keep going back. But yes, have to get the barn in order. And then the weekend, I'm going back out to the showgrounds tomorrow. I'll try to stream again tomorrow morning. We'll see how this works. And then I go out and ride. And then on Saturday is the first competition. So the competition, it's called Ranch Rail Pleasure. It will be broadcast live for free. If I'm not able to stream it, I will post the link, and anyone can feel free to watch me live, compete at the show. Whoa, that is an aggressive name. Who? All right. Scottsdale Arabian Horse Show? How is that aggressive? They've pretty much had the same name for 75 years. Oh, Ranch Rail Pleasure? Ah, gotcha. Yeah, if you saw some of the names of the classes, it's very confusing. They have just bizarre descriptions. All right. I really don't have anything to use for that. And there we go. Take another demon. Wow, another triple. Oh, that's funny. No, they have this. It's a whole new division that only started a few years ago. It's supposed to be a more relaxed version of Western riding that doesn't require, like the really compressed frame of Western pleasure. It's very difficult to describe, but it's supposed to be more functional type riding that you would see actually running a ranch in the Old West. So we don't have to, we don't wear all the sparkles. Like Western Pleasure has all these sparkly shirts and tons of silver on the saddle, and it's all about looking pretty. But this is supposed to be functional, and I have really enjoyed it. I've been practicing, since, I started practicing for this type of riding last year in June, July timeframe. And I was riding on my horse that's in training with the trainer. And then he had an accident and he was laid up for quite some time. and I wasn't able to ride him. And my trainer offered me the opportunity to ride on one of his lesson horses. And even when my stallion came back, I'm still riding on the lesson horse, and that's who I'm competing on. So I don't know, I'm just super excited about it. Now, there's a trail class version of ranch riding, and that's where you have to maneuver around obstacles. Unfortunately, the lesson horse just isn't good for that. He's kind of spooky. He's actually a really hot horse to ride. Yesterday, he threw some really good bucks in there. It's completely acceptable. You want that for a good competition horse, but it caught me by surprise. It was funny. So threw in a little bit of rodeo while I was out there yesterday. Yeah, I was lucky. I of course didn't come off the horse, but um, a few people around me in the ring, and it was really crowded. They were a little apprehensive of getting too close. But he's really good around the other horses. He's got a lot of experience showing. He's been all over the nation. The horse's name is Get Her Done. Call him Dunner for short. Oh, lose by one. Yeah, I've been riding for a very long time. Now, I don't typically ride the horses that are, I guess he's really not doing anything at this point. Yeah. I really want a Fellbat. How much health do we have? So yes, I won't say exactly how long I've been riding, but it's a long time, all my life. And believe me, I've ridden my share of horses that are problem horses. I've been bucked off several times, broke my arm. Had to have 3 surgeries to repair my left arm. That was a fun experience. Yeah, that one I was retraining a thoroughbred jumper for a friend, and they said he, had all these issues, and I was like, oh, okay. And I never had any problems with him. But one day, he just got a bug up his butt and put in a tremendous buck, which normally wouldn't have been an issue. But at that exact moment, I had a tie in my hair, and I had reached up to readjust it, so I didn't have both hands on the reins. I didn't have everything. He caught that exact moment when I was unprepared and put me up in the air. It's so high that I actually went above the fence of my neighbor's house, and I landed on my left elbow and ended up with a compound fracture. So, needless to say, I was in the hospital that night. Let's see. What would be a good one? I need a Philbet. It really doesn't matter at this point. We got second place. We're not going to get first. Oh, I've got more to this story. So yes, I ended up with a compound fracture, which meant the bone was sticking through my elbow. And as any good horse person does, when you fall off, the first thing you do is you try to get back on. So I got bones sticking out of my arm, and I'm trying to get back on the horse. Needless to say, I was in shock. my neighbor came out, and she's like, I don't think you should be doing that. So I called my friend, and got a ride to the hospital. Well, she untacked my horse and put him in the stall. And he drove me to, oh, I do. Actually, that is something I have to scan them in because this was a long time ago. I will say before digital cameras. I was a lot younger then. And before I went, I had to get a picture of my bone sticking out of my arm. So I did get a picture of this. And then he drove me to the emergency room. And I walk into the emergency room and there's a line. So the lady in front of me, she was just like, I think I broke my toe. And by that time, my arm had started bleeding and I was dripping blood into the emergency room. And I was like, excuse me, I think I can beat that. And the lady looked at me and they like, yeah. It just immediately, everyone in the emergency room dropped everything and came to me. I was immediately brought back into the operating room. They did x-rays right there. I mean, it was really bad. And when they did the x-rays, by that point, the bleeding was so bad. I mean, like all over the x-ray plate. It was disgusting. But by that point, they had already got the surgeon in there for emergency surgery. And I don't remember much else because I was knocked out for surgery. And then I woke up in tremendous pain. So, yes, that is my story of breaking my arm riding horses. All right. Nope, don't need a refill. Let's. Oh, it was really a terrible experience. I could not believe just how much pain it was because not only was it a broken arm and they had to put pins in, and then I had over 36 stitches to close my arm back up. Um, but all of the tendons in my arm, oh, terrible. I could not lay down to sleep. I had to sleep with my arm propped up on pillows. And then the funny thing was, I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done in the recovery period. One of which was start riding again after only a week, and ended up breaking it again. Not because of the riding, but because my mother and my neighbor got in the way, and they actually tripped me, and I fell as I was trying to get on the horse, and ended up right back in the emergency. Or yeah, it was the emergency room. I had to fix it again, but I blame my mother for that one. I would have been fine if she'd left me alone. All right, let's start another one. Oh, the doctor was not happy. But this time they did a much better job of fixing it, and they used staples instead of the stitches, and they actually put a metal band around my whole elbow. It was just a completely better experience, and they did a much better job fixing it this time, a second time. And the third surgery was just to remove all the hardware. Because my elbow was so swollen when they did the second surgery, when all the swelling went down, I actually had a pin that was exposed and it was poking through the skin. So I just decided to have all the hardware removed. Mm. So I have to say, I like streaming at this time of day. It is pretty energizing. I knew that I felt this way when I streamed in the evenings and being able to talk with people, but this is going a little better than I had thought. When I started out, I was a little feeling a little groggy, I'll admit, but coffee streams I think are the way to go. No, uh-uh. This is very early for me. But I really think it'll even work with my work schedule as long as I don't have any meetings. And it's going to be easier in summertime. So I think this first trial run, I'll just, I'll probably only stream for an hour. I'm going to try to log on tomorrow at 6 a.m. my time and stream for at least 2 hours. The real thing I was happy about this morning was the fact that the internet connection was back up and running. And now my stream, it's saying excellent quality instead of all the problems that were coming in yesterday. Yes, tomorrow is Friday. Thank God. I am ready for the weekend. This week has been just bizarre. Monday was super difficult to get going, had all sorts of issues between work and home life. And now I'm so glad to be getting to the weekend. I mean, even my dogs and horses were just kind of off. By the way, I am still here just working but listening. I hope the schedule will be better for you. I think so, because when you are usually streaming, EU people are already asleep, sadly. No, Natty, I'm thinking this will work. This is a trial run for early mornings, and it's so much better when all the people that I've met are available. So yes, I'm hoping this is going to work out. And it's surprising. Well, a majority of the people that I've met are EU. All right, I have to quickly step away and let the old dog out. All right, I guess he doesn't want to go out. As soon as I got over there, he decided that he's going to go upstairs. But I really try to, you know, respect the old dog. Otherwise, old dogs have accidents, unfortunately. Well, I do keep up with my EU account. I mean, it's not as well, or I don't play it as often as I play NA. Let's see. But I did start playing EU so that I could play Battlegrounds with Natty. And maybe I'll try some ranked. But I haven't played ranked in EU at all, so it's obscenely slow leveling. I'm working on it. I did build a warrior deck just just so I could level a little bit in ranked. I might buy the Onyxia bundle on the EU server as well. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Let's do this. Respin. Get a pirate. Oh no! Oh no! I've done that. Yes. Um, I made a point of putting. I've asked all my team to upload pictures. I don't require webcams to be on, and I do it for exactly that reason. I want to guarantee that my webcam does not come on accidentally. I've disabled the webcam on my laptop just for that reason. And it's almost, it is kind of shocking when you see it and log into a meeting. I did on my old laptop. I had one of those little slider tapes that you can move it over. And then I taped it so that it wouldn't accidentally slide over. Yeah, I was adamantly against the webcams. When we first went virtual, the manager that I had, oh, she was a control freak and could not handle having her employees virtual. And she was like, mandatory webcams at all times. And I'm not like that. I was just like, no. We're not going to do this mandatory webcams. That's not something that's conducive to good employees. So I just said mandatory pictures, or you have to turn on your webcam. And everybody chose the pictures, surprise, surprise. But I gave it completely up to them. All right, let's see what we get. I might as well use that for now. Oh, I'll even tell you something about the hair. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment. It used to be considerably longer. Back in December, I decided to try to run a triathlon, and I had hair that was all the way down to reached down to my butt. I'll just put it that way. It was exceptionally long, very blonde, and it's very, very thick. So when I would swim during the triathlon, it was just obscenely heavy when I got out of the pool. And when I was getting ready to compete, I realized that I wasn't going to be competitive with all my hair. So I went and actually chopped off a whole 22 inches of hair just so I could compete. All right. Yes, it is. I am very competitive. So yes, it used to be much, much longer. And I do intend to grow it back, but only to a certain point. I mean, I'll probably keep it at a less, uh, not as long as that, but I am going to grow it back out. All right, they've got pirates too. But I will say the first one, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. When I tried my first triathlon, it was a reverse triathlon, so I didn't have to deal with all of the the hair issues. Pause reset. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my first coffee stream. I'm trying the early mornings and I'm enjoying it. It's been a very active morning. Let's see. Pirate. No. We don't run in reverse. Reverse triathlon. Normally, it starts with swimming, then you go to bicycling, and then you do the running. But a reverse triathlon, you start with running, then the bicycling, and then the swimming last. All right, let me think of what I got here. Yes. My best event is the swimming. So I really like to, I would love to have that at the end because then I didn't have the hair issue. But because a normal triathlon starts with the swimming, I think they do that because most people, that's their weakest event. And they want them to be at their best when they do the swimming so that they don't have to go and rescue anybody. I think that's the logic behind it. But for me, I was like, well, no, I want the swimming to be at the end so that I can keep my long hair and not have to worry about dragging, 5 pounds of wet hair after the swimming. But either way, I enjoy it. All right, let's get him. It's really not giving us anything. Oops, I should have played him first. All right, get him. Yay! Let's see here. Okay. We'll just... Let's see. Oh, I could use a gold rubber. I'll buy him next time. All right. So for this trial run, I think I'm going to end on this game, but I am going to plan for tomorrow. I'll put it on the calendar as well. So I'm going to try for between 5:30 and 6 a.m. And then I'll try to be online for a little bit longer. But yes, this was just a trial run, and I think I'm going to call it a success. This has been so much fun. That's a lot of divine shields, but fortunately I have some really large minions. All right. Oh, I just realized we still have 40 health. Nice. All right, so play him. But I'm just buying them because they are so free. Okay, so What is going to be the best move here? I'd really like to play the Gold Grubber. Does that effect persist? I don't think it does. Buff him. Alright. We'll see how this plays out. But not in a bad place with 40 health. What has he got? Pirates. Oh yeah, he was the other one playing pirates. Alright. Okay. Alright. Good luck on your hunt. Alright, let's do this. Spin. Let's see. Oh, we got a triple next turn. That's awesome. Excuse me. Alright, this isn't a bad BGs to start out. We're definitely top 3. And full health. Whenever you summon a minion. And we're going to have tons of buffs with these two. Because I have played a ton of pirates. I wish it said how many. Give a minion +1/+1 for each pirate you've played. Alright, now Old Dog is back. I will be right back. Alright, come on. Well, that's because that. Alright. Oh, sorry, I had to step away, but yeah, this is an amazing game. I think I'm at like 51k, 5.1k ish. All right, sorry, was stepping away to deal with the Old Dog having to go out. All right, let's see. Should we buff the taunt or buff him? Buff him. And so I'm gonna buff him. Oh, thank you. Pause reset. That's awesome. Thank you for the gifting a sub. All right, so I'm going to call this an exceptional success streaming early in the morning. This has been a great day. What a great way to start out the day. Well, as you can see, it's starting to get lighter. The sun is finally coming up here. I'll start calling it, you know, a sunrise of the sunrise streams. My window in my office faces the east, so I always get the sunrises. I have to keep the blinds completely closed or it would be overwhelming. But it's very pretty to watch. All right, they're saying that we're going to lose this one, most likely. Only a 41% chance of winning. Still an awesome game. But yeah, once he's got the poison, and he's still got the Baron. All right. Bummer. All right, though, we're still top 3. Let's see. Just buy the pirates for the buffs. Yes, definitely top 3, so it's a good game. All right, what to do. So we'll definitely win this matchup. We've beat him several times. As far as rearranging, I think at this point, we need to put our big hitters on the side, keep the taunt over here. We're starting to lose some of the benefits here and the buffs from this one. All right, since I know we're pretty strong against this one, it's going to be against Rokara that's going to be difficult because of those divine shields and the other buffs. Oh, this should be a win. Yes, 100% win. And we should completely knock them out. Yep. All right, so top 2. Let me think of how we can combat those divine shields, and maybe I'll get a ghoul. I'll get him for the buff. And now I want to see if I can get a ghoul. Bummer. Let's see. No, I really just need to get that ghoul. Okay, so at this point, oh, we don't get the ghoul. All right, no ghoul, so we'll just have to play him and see if we can get enough health to survive. Because this will be the last round. All right. Yeah, that darn Baron. Let's say an 86.5% chance of winning, though. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Not with all those divine shields. All right. Ah, the question of the day. Yes. Oh my gosh, we won this. Okay, so I did not anticipate another round. So yes, the question of the day. The diameter of the Earth. So from one point to the exact opposite side below me. But what what is the diameter? Hmm. The UK is about 200 miles wide, which is about the distance from where I live to Tucson. How many UKs would it take? Yeah, I'm just gonna let it sit out here. I don't think there's so much. So let's say 1,000 UKs. Okay, that's a little bit. That's more than the diameter. Definitely more by quite a bit. 200,000 miles. So no, that is not correct. It is considerably less than that for the diameter. So the diameter. Now remember, it's not the circumference; it's the diameter. So, oh my gosh, we won! Wow. Okay, so I'm going to give my opinion. Thank you for the GG boom. This was a very good game. Super fun game with Patches the Pirate. Yep, first place. So, when is the sun going to blow up? So I asked that question, a similar question during the virtual star party that I had. And this was in regards to Betelgeuse, which is a star in the constellation Orion. And we looked at this star in the virtual star party, and this star is a dying star. And it's going to go to supernova, which will make it visible during the daytime hours. However, even though it's a dying star, the estimation is that it will not go to supernova for it still has 100,000 years left, which gives some idea of how long things are going to last. Our sun is not even close to that, so I don't think we have anything to worry about. It is not a dying star. It's not, and we have a really good indication of what stars are dying and what stars are not. And then the second on climate change, yes, I do think there's things to worry about for climate change. I would personally like to be able to go 100% green, but if I were to go 100% green, I wouldn't be able to stream and do the things that I'm doing here. So I think we have to think reasonably about our choices. For example, I go for the most efficient cars, more renewable choices, and just little. I think there's little things that we have to do. So, anyway, this was the first trial run of the day, or for the early morning streams. I am going to continue doing this. I'll try again tomorrow. Let me see if anybody I know is on. Um, Oh, I don't see anybody to raid right now. So tomorrow I'm just gonna end stream for today and not raid anyone. Thank you everyone for Sorens. I don't think I have him on my list. I think I'll just end stream for today. And tomorrow I will set up for somebody that streams early morning as well. So thank you everyone for joining. This was a lot of fun. Have a good day. Bye. Hearts.